Hi everyone, welcome back. So I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Obviously the markets were down today. S&P, Nasdaq was down. The Dow Jones was actually up a little bit today, but Bitcoin, Ethereum were down. We'll take a look at those. We'll also take a look at the miners. They were down for the most part. Obviously, Cores got hammered today. It was down 76% at the close. We'll take a look at it and we'll talk about it a little bit as far as what's hosting the problem here for Core Scientific. We'll just dive into it really quick. And then also Soluna provided their September production update, flat growth still, which is kind of disappointing. And then in the news, we got Bitcoin and Dogecoin. So could those two things lead to good things? We'll talk about it and we'll call it a day. But as always, not financial advice. You guys know the drill. I'm invested in following coins and companies for full disclosure. If you enjoy this type of content, please hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out tremendously. And let's get into the markets here. So S&P 500 was down 0.61% to 3,807. Dow Jones was up 0.61% to 32,033. And the Nasdaq was down 1.88% to 11,191. Bitcoin was also down today. It's still not the end of the day, but it is down. Let's take a look at the daily here. It is down 1.92% to 20,375 right now. It is obviously down quite a bit, but not too bad right now. It could be just a little bit of a pullback, a little relief pullback. We're looking at it. It's still looking, on the one-day chart, still looking bearish. On the 4-hour chart, we can see here that the RSI is coming down to 58. Last time we were right around here was back here on October 24th. Price was much lower, so we're still looking a little bit bullish, at least on the short time frame. Same thing goes for with the 1-hour chart. RSI has fallen quite nicely to 37. Last time we were back here on the 25th of October. Price was around 19,300. We are at 20,300, so we're at $1,000 up on price. So that's a good sign there. Ethereum was down 2.78% today so far to 1,523. And then let's take a look at the miners here as well. ANY was down 3.52% to 45 cents. Argo was down 18.03%, quite a bit here, to 20 cents. Bit Digital was down 4.46% to $1.07. And with Argo, I think there might be some fear of them having the same kind of issues as Core. They do have also some hosting that they do. BITFARMS was down 5.88% to $1. CleanSpark was down 1.62% to $3.64. Seems like they fared pretty much better out of all the miners here, looks like. Cores obviously was down 78% here on the day to 22 cents. DigiHost was down 2.88% to 67. DMG was actually up 0.79% to 19 cents. Greenidge was down 8.56 to 96 cents. Hive was down 1.49 to $3.31. Hut 8 was down 6.19% to $2.12. Iris Energy was down 6.24% to $3.38. And Luxfolio down 12.53% to 44 cents. Wow. Marathon was down 1.02% to $13.65. So we got Marathon, DMG, and CleanSpark doing pretty good. Hive's not doing too bad too, down only 1.49%. Mawson was down 7.39% to 42 cents. Riot 3.12% down to $6.84. Soluna was down 5.88% to $1.12. And Stronghold was down 6.6% to 87 cents. So those are the miners right there. Let's take a look at the network hash rate right now, see what's going on there. Let's reload the page. And wow, network hash rate is actually coming down. So that's actually good for the miners. It's down to 255 million right now from its peak of 266. So that's good for the miners. But we'll see if this trend continues down. And we'll see if maybe Core is shutting down some of their hosting miners possibly. Who knows? We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait to get the news basically. Okay, so that's Bitcoin markets, miners, and the network hash rate. Let's take a look at our first story here, which is obviously Dogecoin logos. That's not what I wanted to show you guys. BITFARMS. So BITFARMS is set to report their third quarter 2022 financial results on Monday, November 14th. So we're only, 2 weeks away in 3 days or something like that. So it's starting to get a little bit more exciting here. We'll obviously cover this when this happens. We'll go over all the details on it as well. So make sure you're subscribed and notification bell set so you guys can get notified about it. Next is something that's interesting here on Bitcoin. So record 55,000 Bitcoins, or over 1.1 billion, was just withdrawn from Binance. Binance is obviously a crypto trading platform. That is usually a good sign when you have coins coming off of the exchanges. It means people are done possibly selling or trading. especially with such a large number there. So we'll see how this affects Bitcoin in the short term and possibly long term. Short term, it's possibly a little bit more bullish sign, but we'll have to see obviously how it progresses in the long term. Next is Dogecoin. Dogecoin surges 35% as Elon Musk's Twitter deal approaches close. So obviously, as you all may know, Elon Musk has been a pretty strong proponent of Dogecoin. The thinking behind Dogecoin and Twitter now is that it might be enabled as a way of tipping users on Twitter. Also, there's some rumors going around that Twitter is going to be working on a wallet for cryptocurrency. So that is obviously going to be, I think Dogecoin is going to play a part in that, knowing Elon Musk's history with Dogecoin. So that one is up quite nicely in the last couple of days. It's like up to 10 cents, I think, or somewhere close to that right now. I'm not even going to speculate, but it's up quite nicely from where it was. And we'll see if that continues on or not. And then obviously next is Core Scientific. So Core Scientific got pummeled today, down 78%. One of the things I didn't cover in my earlier video that I did this afternoon about it was two things that kind of came into my mind. Number one was obviously the hosting part of it. And there was something else now that I'm forgetting, but maybe it'll come back to me. But I wanted to talk about hosting just really quick. So hosting, I've talked about it before. I'm not a big proponent of it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know what the reasoning behind hosting is other than to help grow the infrastructure out for those that are doing hosting. Other than that, we can see here that just looking at, these are the financials for the Q2 and Q1 for Core Scientific. If we look at the hosting revenue from customers and from related parties, in Q2, that totaled to be $38.9 million. However, their cost for hosting services was $43 million. So they're basically losing $4.5 million per quarter on it, providing that kind of services to customers. And if you're losing money on it, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So that was Q2. Q1 was a total of $33 million in revenue, and they spent $31 million here. So they did a little bit better in Q1 than they did in Q2. But that's still really, really bad. If we take those two, I'll just take 31, and then we got 32. Was it 32 or 33? 33. So 33, and then if we divide that equals this divided by that, it is basically, format, cell, percentage. It is basically 7% margin on it, on that one at least. This one's obviously negative territory there, so that's not good. That's not what we want to see. And we do have obviously other miners that are doing it as well, and I would advise against it, but that's just me. So that was obviously the one thing. I'm trying to think what the other thing was that I want to talk to you guys about Core. As far as hosting was concerned, I thought it was something else. But maybe that was just it. I can't think of it right now. So if it comes back to my mind, I'll either talk about it later on in the video, or I'll cover it in another video after that. But yeah, that's just my stance on hosting. I don't think hosting is that good. So, and I think hosting is what possibly might be obviously hurting him here, especially with the Celsius stuff that's going on. But we'll see if they can get through this, obviously. And, right now it's so low in price. Not financial advice to anybody. You guys got to do your own research. But I might just throw in $500 to $1,000, pick up, 2,000, 4,000 shares, and see where it goes. If I lose it, I can write it off on my taxes and be done with it. But it's definitely like a gamble. It's high risk, high reward. I don't advise it for everybody. So that's why I said not financial advice. You guys got to do your own thing. All right. So that is it for Core Scientific. Next is Soluna. So Soluna provided obviously their September production update. They made here in their self-mining 1.5 million roughly. They also, let me see if we can find the BTC. Where is the BTC? BTC, here it is. BTC prop mining was 78. That is a decrease of basically 8 BTC from August and a 10 decrease in BTC from July. So that's the problem with not growing your hash rate. If you look at their hash rate here for their self-mining, it came in at 616 petahash for this month, for September, 606 in August, so a little bit of an increase there. And then 612 in July, 577, that was the average, 603, 608, 518. So they had a little bit of an increase here from April to May. Other than that, they've been pretty much flat across the board here. They're providing us with the averages, not the actual end of the month hash rate that they have installed. So using averages obviously helps out with their BTC efficiency mining, but it doesn't help them mine any more Bitcoin, excuse me, basically because the hash rate network has been increasing and prices have been going down and they haven't been installing anything. So you got to install miners to beat the network hash rate. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers that I have for them, and we'll pretty much call it a day here, I think. So let's take a look at, where is it at? Soluna. There it is. Okay, so Soluna right now has about 24 million shares out, 25 roughly. Market cap is 27.7 million right now. Stock price is $1.12. We do have them at 613 roughly exahash. Future hash rate that they're saying is going to be 2.3, 2.5, right around there. I don't have any of the numbers for those miners yet. I wasn't able to find when I did my initial investigation into them, but they're saying that they're going to get to 2.5, so that's where we have them at, or 2.3. So currently they're 26% operational. Hash rate growth for futures 281%, so that's pretty good growth for them still. Hash rate average per miner is 27. Why am I getting 27 on that one? It should be, I think because I have this in here. Let me see here. Oh, they do have some older miners. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of those miners are not operational right now. Maybe that's the reason why, because I have them at here. What do we have them at? 681 petahash combined. I wonder if some of these are not operational, or at least but the way things are with the Bitcoin price being low, that is very bad hash rate, if that is the case. BTC HODL, they don't have anything BTC HODL wise. They sell pretty much everything that they mine. So here's the production for September, 78 Bitcoin. Efficiency is about 126 Bitcoins per exahash, which isn't too bad. It's obviously down from August, which was 143. Revenue is down also to 1.5 million from 1.9 roughly. So that's not good, and that's going to continue getting worse, decreasing unless Bitcoin goes up in price. And that's the only thing that's going to save them. Otherwise, their revenue is going to continue going down on it. And let's take a look at we didn't install any miners here in September, so everything pretty much stayed the same. It looks like they did mine for about 30 days here, so for the full month. And then we do have them earning about 70,000 for Litecoin and Dogecoin mining in that month to kind of get us to the 1.5 million in revenue that they reported. Okay, those are the miners, and let's take a look at the institutions. Institutions did change a little bit to 36 shares, to 2.3 million roughly, but percentage owned went down to 13.31. So I wonder if there was some shareholder dilution happening there. They increased their shares while we had one institution sell out. Somebody's bought in, and they're still at 2.3 million. On that, we don't have any analyst targets for them, so we don't have a buy rating or a sell rating on it, and no price targets either. Now, looking at their quarterly results here, we can see that they made about 7.8 million in Q1, 7.5 roughly in Q2. Q3, we're looking at possibly being about 5.4 million in revenue. So obviously 2 million less than the prior quarters. So that's not good. We're looking at also for the last 3 quarters, and this quarter combined total of 26 million, it looks like. And if we use the 50% net income from gross revenue with a PE of 15, we're looking at the stock should be around 817 if Bitcoin starts going back up in value. Now, given where it is Bitcoin right now, they're trading at like a PE of, what is it going to be? A 2, basically, a PE of 2. So once Bitcoin starts going back up, we could see them somewhere between, I think, a PE of 10, so 544, and a 15 PE, multiple 817 possibly, as long as they can stay where they are and possibly install more miners going forward. But if we're looking at 75% net income, which might be the case once Bitcoin starts going up, we're looking at 1225 on the high end and 817 on the low end. So that's kind of where we have them at right now. I do think that they are a little bit undervalued, but given that they are not growing that much or barely this year, they started out 364 petahash and they're only up 613 or 616. That is not that much right now. So we'll see if they can continue to grow. Obviously, they are building out some of their sites that they have. I think they also had 2 million. Just now, I think they reported here. Let's see, where is it at? September business summary. Nope. Where was it? Contracted mine facility results review. I saw it over here someplace. The 2 million. There it is. Price 2 million of common equity to support continued build out of Dorothy on October 24th. And then obviously a 20% discount to Fridays. October 21st price of $1.80 share, 0 warrant coverage. Additional Spring Lane capital investment of $850. In Soluna Holdings demonstrates conviction in Soluna's long-term thesis. And then obviously able to attract capital for continued build out of Dorothy despite challenging markets. Let's take a look at Dorothy here really quick. Where's Dorothy going to get them? There's her path to 2.5 exahash. Sophie, Maria site construction. Why am I not seeing Dorothy? I think Dorothy's maybe being built out right now. And that's why we don't have anything on it. Okay. So that is it. Obviously not a good day in the markets. Not a good day for Bitcoin, for the miners for the most part. We'll see what effect it has on the price of miners tomorrow, obviously, with everything that's happening with Core and how that's going to affect. Oh, that reminds me. Here's what I was going to talk to you guys about Core. So with Core battling with Celsius in their bankruptcy filings, the judge, I believe, at that point said that they can continue, or Celsius can continue to mine with Core, but Core is trying to get them to basically pay a higher rate for electricity. I think they said 1.5 million or something like that. They're paying more on it. I think what's going to happen now with Core providing this information that they are basically going to be insolvent in the next 2 months, I think that's going to have an effect possibly on the judge. Let me know what you guys think of this. The judge is going to look at this and see that, number one, this is having an effect, Celsius is having an effect on Core's business, which in turn could become insolvent, and that's obviously something that they probably don't want to do. So two things are going to happen with that, I think. Either the judge is going to tell Celsius that they have to pay Core what they're basically paying in electricity and then possibly some profit on top of that, or he's going to let Core get out of the contract with Celsius in order to stop the bleeding, sort of say. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Let me know what you guys think of that. It's just a thought that I had, but we'll see. So, as always, spreadsheets available to my Patreon members. Thank you to everyone there for their continued support. And we'll see what happens later on. Love you all for watching. Have a great night. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.